Hello everyone, my name is Zafra, or you can call me Raza, and today I am just going to try out something really interesting. New piece of tech, you can call it AI, that is absolutely just amazing. I'm going to show you exactly why. Okay, there's a new AI in the market and it's called ChatGPT. So if you guys are familiar with the GPT stuff, the AI, then let me just show you a little bit of GPT stuff. So this is the DAL-E 2, so it's really powerful stuff. I mean, I was surprised enough by it already, and I'm even doubly surprised seeing the way this ChatGPT acts, which I'll show you like right now in a moment. So you can see there are some examples here, and let me just try and create something out of the blue. Let me just think about it. You can see I've wrote this text here. All right, let's wait for it. Show me something good. Check this out. I mean, I don't think it knows Witcher, but I feel like it has some sort of idea about it, because as you can see, this character seems familiar from the Witcher show. And then this is here. This is kind of like that as well. I think it's the medieval art style that is actually messing it up. Let's change it to something else. Let's change it to cyberpunk art style. Let's see what this does. Okay, I should have changed this too. I don't think it knows what Witcher is. Damn, look at this one, man. Come on. Oh bro. And this one, that's what I'm talking about. This is so freaking amazing that you can actually imagine them being like concept art of a game. And this is not even a good example of what it can do. As you can see, I have tried other things here, like this one, and I tried this as well. This is pretty cool as well. So this is not even the best examples of it, and I've actually seen people do a lot of great things with this. I mean, there are really great examples out there. Let me just show you. So people have actually created these kind of images with it. You actually have to be really good at describing what you want and stuff like that, and you can actually get results like this. Look at this. I mean, I'm just not good at describing what I want. I'm pretty sure about that, but you can see how good these images are. Just the level of detail and the amount of work that the DALL-E is doing to get these outputs, it's amazing. And I'm now going to show you even something a lot more amazing. So this is ChatGPT. This just came out. It's kind of like a chat bot. It has superpowers. It is honestly just, I'm seeing it and I'm actually astonished that we got something like this at this point of time. I mean, I would have said that this kind of technology would take years, but it's here. It's actually here. So let me just show you what I mean. So I'm going to write a couple of prompts here and see how it responds. I'm trying to see if it can solve like really complex problems, like coding problems or JavaScript related issues, algorithm problems, stuff like that. So let's just say hi to our ChatGPT bot here. Hi. So that's what it's saying. Hello, how can I help you today? Is there something on your mind that you would like to talk about? Well, yep, GPT, yep. I'm going to ask if you can. I was wondering if you can help me write JavaScript code of finding prime numbers between a range from 2 to thousands. Okay, there might be some English issues here and there, but I'm sure it can handle it. I'm pretty sure it can handle it. Let's see. Sure, I'd be happy with that. To find, damn, okay, no freaking way. So you can see that it actually wrote everything, every piece of code that we will need to actually find the prime numbers, and I'm pretty sure this code would run. I'm not going to run it, but I'm pretty sure it would run, right? Or do you want me to run it? You know what, let's run it. So I saved this file on the desktop. I'm just going to run this using Node. So Node and test. I'm going to save this too. Guys, it works. It actually freaking works. Let's just, I'm pretty sure that this is not really optimized to that point, but let's just see what happens. By the way, I'm going to ask it a way to optimize this more. You see that it is working fine. It's working pretty good, but let's just ask it to kind of give me an optimal solution for it. All right, can you please give me more optimized solution for this? You see what it just did there? I'm not going to go into the details of the code, but so it's actually telling it it's on its own. It's actually telling what the solution is doing and pretty much why it's optimized, more optimized. So this solution is more optimized because it only checks odd numbers from primality, and it only checks numbers up to the square root of the target number. This reduces the number of iterations and calculations that the code needs to perform, making it more efficient. Let's ask it a little bit kind of a detailed technical question, like what is the time complexity and what is the space complexity. Just just write space complexity. And I'm notice that I'm not saying of the above code, or I'm not saying that what you just wrote of this code that you wrote, I'm not saying that at all. Let's see if it can actually keep the context of what's happening and know what I'm talking about just by saying like what is the time complexity and space complexity. And if it knows, then it's kind of like talking to a human, because humans can actually kind of remember the conversation that's going on, and they can respond to the conversations that they know that we are talking about. So let's see if it can do that. I just deleted it. Okay, let's see. That's not it. That's it is. The time complexity of the optimized solution for finding prime numbers within a given range is prime function only checks numbers up to the square root of the target, which reduces the number of iterations and calculations. The space complexity of the solution is O of n, where n is the number of prime numbers within the given range. Oh my god, what the hell, guys? Okay, let's go one more level deep into this. Let's give it a bit more challenge. Let's give it a bit more kind of a solution that you could actually get in a interview or something like, right? So let's give it, what should I give it? All right, so here I got something. So I'm going to just try to have a bit of conversation with it. Sure, I'm ready to help. What's your question? All right, I'm sure you can help me, where I have to write a code in JavaScript, where in this program I will have number of test cases, not like this. In this program I will be getting inputs from the user. The first input will be the number of test cases, the second will be the number of elements in the test case, and the third input will be the items in the test case separated by spaces. Of these items, squaring them, after squaring them and summing them up, output will be of all test cases separately in a list. All right, let's see, fingers crossed, and let's see if it works. Okay, I'm already impressed. I'm already actually impressed. Okay, guys, how much do you want to bet that this code actually works just out of the box? I'm willing to bet everything here. Let me just copy the entire thing. Let me just copy the entire freaking thing, and let's see what happens if I just run it. I'm not even going to see if it's good or not. I'm just going to run it. That's how much I trust this dude. Let's just clean it. And what? Okay, prompt is not defined. This is okay, this is a browser based thing, so let's run it somewhere else. So what if we run it somewhere else? How should I run it? What if I say just give it to me in Node.js? Can you? Yeah, let's ask it. Can you convert it into Node.js code? Sure. All right. it just does it. It's like, okay, got it. I can do that. Dude, come on. I mean, the biggest problem with AI generated code is that it cannot understand the human. Okay, it has problems understanding the commands of human, the way that we talk. Then it has problem understanding the requirements of the user. So if it can write code like that, then we just need is a person who can actually tell it what to do. And I mean, at this point it's not that much great still, but I'm pretty sure that point in future is not that far away where we will not need a lot of developers to work on something. We would just need some developers, some people that knows how to make these kind of things work, and that will be all. So let's just try this code. I'm talking too much. Everybody wants to see the results here, I'm sure, even I do. So let's just run this. The fact that it just asked me the number of test cases is enough for me, bro. Alright, I'll give you 2 test cases, bro. And the number of elements is test case 1. Okay, I'll say there are 4 elements. And enter element 1 of the test case 1. That's kind of weird though. I did not expect it to do that, but because I said that it's separated by spaces. But I'm sure I can correct that later on. Let's just try it. Now what's the worst can happen? Element 1 of test case 1? That's wrong. It did not work. Let's try it again. I'm sure it would work. There's some issues with it. Okay, I'm gonna see if this helps. Guys, I guess it doesn't work. But what's the issue? Okay, it doesn't work, but you get my point. It works. Alright, so why did it not work? Let's see. Let's just convert it into a Python code and see if it works then. It could be because of the read line implementation or what. Sometimes it gets a bit tricky. Let's see if it works, if it's Python. By the way, I'm not going to go and correct this stuff. I want this to actually work. Okay, so I'm hoping that it just works. Alright, there it goes. Nothing, guys. Enter number of test cases 2. Enter number of elements in test case 4. Enter element 1 of test case 4. It's working now. Enter 6, 8, 12. Enter number of elements in test case 2. They're just 2 elements, bro. Just go with it, go along with it. And what would be the number? Anything really. 9, 4. Do you see this stuff? I'm sure this is correct. It looks correct. Okay, so let's just give it an easy one, something easy that my little brain can handle. So I'm just going to give it like 1 and 2, and for the 2 I'm going to give it like 4 and 4. Okay, yep, it is working perfectly fine. So you can see that the JavaScript one had some issues. I'm pretty sure that's because of these read line. There's a bit more different kind of approach you have to take with this read line. Sometimes it gets stuck and you have to handle it correctly, and I'm sure that that's the problem here. But it did work for the Python one. It did work there, but right now I'm not done, bro. I'm not done. Why did I say bro? I don't know. I'm not done, bros. I'm actually going to go one more step deeper, and I'm actually going to ask it to not use any kind of loops. I don't want it to use any loops. I don't want it to use any for loops, while loops. I don't want any kind of that stuff in my code. I want it to use just pure stuff without any loops. So I'm gonna say, hey, that's great. Can you do this without loops though? Let's see what happens. It's still using loops. No, bro. No. You can't use loops. This code is no. Let me just give you a bit more. Yeah. Do this without any loops, any for loops or while loops. Let's see. Reduce. Okay, bruh, I'm going to say you're still using loops. Alright, so let's give it more prompts. No lambda, no reduce functions. Okay, for you guys, if you're thinking like what I'm trying to actually get it to do, then I'm actually trying to get it to use recursion instead. I don't want it to use any kind of looping functionalities here. No loops at all. Basically, I've told it to not use loops. It started to import reduce from func tools. It used lambda. It still used for loop here many times, and I'm pretty sure it can do without loops. I'm pretty sure it can do it. I think it's just stuck. It kind of just doesn't know. The code is similar, but it uses recursion to calculate the sum of the squares instead of using loop or the reduce function. This eliminates the need for loops to add the squares together. That's good. You're not using loops here at all. You're using recursion. That's kind of a good approach, but for this still I don't want you to use a loop. Great, but don't use loops for. Okay, I could just say that use recursion for the inputs and test cases input as well, but I'm not going to say that. Don't use loops for test cases input and elements input as well. Let's see. There you go, bro. I knew you could do that. I was sure you were able to do that. That's cool. So it's pretty much saying that this get test case function gets a number of elements in the current get test case from the user, and then uses recursion to iterate over the elements, getting each element from the user and adding it to a list of elements. It then returns the list of elements in the test case. So freaking beautiful. It's so freaking beautiful, guys. I'm just going to run this. I'm sure it will work. If it doesn't work, I'm good. I'm actually good. I don't care. I don't care if this doesn't work. It's just too good. The fact that it understood what I wanted and gave me the code, it's like a genius junior developer that does his work. I'm sorry for calling a junior developer 8, but that does their work so fast. Even if it's not correct, even if there are issues, dude, it's actually commented. I'm pretty sure no human does comments like this. I mean, they can, but they don't. They usually don't. The fact that it does that too, you can tell how excited I am. Let's say 2 test cases, because I cannot keep up with more than that. Another number of elements in the test case. I say there are two elements in this. I'm going to say there's a 1 and there's a 2, and then I'm going to say that there are 4 test cases, 4 elements in here. 2, 5. It's working, brothers. It's working. Freaking cool, bros. This is kind of like an interview questions. Okay, this could actually take people 2 hours to do. How much time did it take us to do? Like 10 minutes, 8 minutes. And I'm sure you love it too. I'm sure you enjoyed this a lot as well. Okay, I'm gonna say, hey, I did not do much work here. Most of the things were not my accomplishments, but do like the video and do subscribe, because that helps the channel a lot. And I'm actually thinking of playing around with this more and with different kind of things and trying to create blogs and stories, stuff like that. Like the video. Thanks.